It's Alicia, and welcome to today's session. I am so excited about today's session because I have the one, the only Brian Anderson on with us today. Brian and I go way back. I'm trying to even remember how far back. It's like, when you have one of those friends that you go so far back, you don't even remember where you met. I'm like, where did I meet Brian? I don't know, but I've known him for a very long time, over a decade, and he's helped my sister and I so much in business. So for that, Brian, we thank you. Brian has been so successful in this space of digital marketing and local business marketing and as an entrepreneur because he always comes from the stance of serving and making an impact in others' lives. And that's one thing that Lorette and I have definitely noticed. Brian has made so many connections for us, put us on so many stages, and he's just done everything he can to help our business. Don't you guys love people like that? If you do, put love in the comments, because if the world had more people like Brian, it would be a better place, wouldn't it? Now, one thing we love about Brian is that he is always on top of what's working now, right? And so as an entrepreneur, hey Ryan, as an entrepreneur, he's always exploring, okay, what's working now? What do businesses need? What do entrepreneurs need? And how can I fill that need? And once he fills that need, he then teaches it to others because there's more than enough to go around in this world. Do you guys agree with that? Yes, say agree if you agree with that. So, Brian, I just wanted to say welcome. Hey.
Hey, I had to turn my camera on. We haven't chatted. We haven't been in person in a couple months. So I wanted to say hey to you and Lorette, of course.
When I moved to Georgia, Brian and his wife took me out for pizza. So they came down. They were close by where I live. And they came and I had pizza with them. Brian and I were on a video shoot. I went to Brian's birthday party and all sorts of great things. So Brian, it's been a pleasure knowing you over the years. And thank you so much for coming on here today to present, because when Raina on my team told me what you were doing, she had seen it. Then me and Lorette started talking about it. We're like, we need to know what Brian is doing, what this strategy is all about. And the thing that we love about the strategy is it's like a win-win-win, like a win all the way around. And so we're really excited about it. So on that note, I'm going to be sitting here taking notes while we take Brian in. Everybody, please say welcome Brian in the comments. He can see the comments. Let's give him a big round of applause and a welcome. Thanks again so much for agreeing to be here today, Brian. And I'm turning it over to you.
Alicia, thank you so much. And everybody who's here, thank you, Wendy and Jean and Hakan, all of you guys. Thank you guys so much. I came back. I was on vacation this week because I'm going out of town next week. And I cut the vacation early. I said, I want to be here, and came back. I went to the Masters on Monday, Alicia, tell Lorette, and that was fun.
I will.
Awesome, you guys. I will tell you, hey, Joanne Woloff, I just saw your name. Yeah, I remember hanging out down at Mike Filsame at the studio. That's right. And we sang karaoke until 3 in the morning while I texted Alicia and Lorette all night that night. Okay. You guys, I've been on probably 10,000 webinars in 15 years. It's somewhere in that ballpark. I promise you, I don't know, I'm going to turn my video off. It looks like it's freezing. I promise you, this may be the single most impactful thing I've ever done to my personal bottom line. I've made a lot of money, all that kinds of stuff. But I will tell you that I have 270 people that have made money in just the last 2 months, 270 different people. And there's another couple hundred people that are teed up. It's only a matter of a couple. It's a process, and I'm going to explain what we're doing. But you guys, this is the neatest thing ever. It is, you know how you always hear those guys and gals on webinars, and they're like, we're so lucky to have been born in the time of the internet, or the time of mobile marketing, hey Patty, or the time of any of these things, right? Well, this program is literally, I don't care where you live in the world, while it's US focused, we have people from London, from Singapore, from Australia, from Israel, from Peru, all over. Yes, Canada. And this is the most amazing opportunity that will only be here for 3 years. I'm just going to get right into it. And y'all ask questions. It's totally laid back, and we can just kind of chill, and I can answer questions, and I can talk to you about it. So I'll do really fast the obligatory about me stuff. This is myself and my wife, Rebecca. We're at one of my kids' sporting events. She's on the dance team, and so they cheer on the sidelines at football games and stuff like that. I've been in marketing since the 90s. I have an Atlanta-based marketing agency, so it was really cool for me when Alicia moved here. And I serve in a small elected position in my county. I'm in my second term, and that's great. But that's some about me. What else? Some other pictures of Rebecca and I, or some of my kids. Up top, I do not have a Rolls Royce, by the way. It's not my thing, but I really like the Transformer logo on this, so I borrowed it from the guy that owned it, a guy named Mike, and he let me borrow it. And speaking of Groove, this is one of the founders of Groove. That's John Cornetta, and we were at an event together. And honestly, it was a good picture. How many of you guys have like pictures you like? It's like skinny jeans and you just sort of look good in them. I'm like, all right, I'll take that picture. So I'm just going to use it. It was one of those deals. So I like to travel, like on a personal level, and my business and my agency have afforded me that opportunity. This is my son. He's 19. When he was 15, we went to the Arctic Circle. We dove in the north part of Alaska in a place called Barrow, or that's the former name. They renamed it. But love to do more experiences. I'm less about fancy things and more about the trips and the travel. This is Barcelona, and on the right is Dublin. And I'm actually going to London. If anybody's in London, I'd love to buy you a beer. I don't know what the schedule's like, but I'll be in London all next week at an event. And that's me. So I've made a bunch of money, but it's not always about the money. I think the sooner you realize that, then the money just sort of happens. I've had success with affiliate marketing. I've done really well in ClickBank, in local marketing with my agency. I've done well with the Groove platform. I'm a big advocate. I love what they're doing. I think they're on their way to something great. And I've been doing crypto. Actually, I think I was at an event with Alicia and Lorette in St. Martin, and one of the guys, the host of the event, got me to buy Bitcoin. Listen to this. He conned me into buying Bitcoin for $250 a Bitcoin. Now, I only bought $10,000, but it was a good investment, as you would imagine. So, all that aside, life is not always about the good times, and this is just a little bit of an intro. This is kind of on a personal level. Alicia said, where are you from? I was from, like many of you, a commuter. I had a job, and I would drive. This is Atlanta, not that far from Alicia's place. This is the interstate, a few miles from where she is, in a traffic jam. And I was in this every day, by the way, 2 ways. And then one day, I'll tell you in a second. It would take me to go 8 miles would take me an hour, maybe an hour and 10. And so when I was 33, I'm 50, I ended up having chest pain, and I got rushed to the ICU with heart conditions, and I swear the stress was part of it. So, all right, let's see. I lost my job. I bet a lot of you, give me a 1 if you've lost your job. I think I've only lost mine 3 times when I was corporate, but once, if it counts for extra credit, was on my honeymoon while I was out of town, and the company left it on my voicemail. How's that? So if you can relate, it's things like this, right? Things like this that sort of make you go, this is kind of why I want to do it. This is why I want to get out of this place, right? I got a bunch of 1s on that. This is why I wanted to get out of it. And that was really the last straw on a personal level. I was done, completely over it. I knew I needed to have my own business. My dad had retired from the Army, so I was an Army brat. I was born in Turkey, lived in Japan and Germany, and then I moved all over the U.S. with my dad as a kid. Eventually settled in Florida, and then moved to Atlanta when I was like 21 to find a job. But I knew that I needed my own business to insulate myself from companies that don't care, because nobody cares about you like you do, right? Or your family. And I knew I needed to have my own thing. And I started, like so many others, lying on the bed in my bedroom with my, back then I think I had a ThinkPad. I had an old 486 ThinkPad at the very beginning, and then my kitchen table, and then it kind of grew and took off. Nowadays, they call this stuff a side hustle, I think. But I knew I needed that, and it was like my why. And I've never been, Alicia motivates me like she probably does all of you. She's amazing. I've never been good at this stuff, but I realized there was something to it. Like, I used to poo-poo it, I'll be honest. Some of you have known me a while, like Patty knows that I was never, I was partnered with a guy named Mario Brown for many years, and Mario was all about the why and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, let's just roll the sleeves up and work, right? I had a different attitude, but after a while, I started to figure out the why thing. Oh, Mike Patton, man, I just read that. The why thing, there's something to it. You know, for me, and you guys just shout out, I'll give out some gift cards. Actually, only if Vanessa's here. Vanessa, are you here in the background? Let's see if she's here.
I'm here.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to give out some gift cards, but there's so many people here, I will not be able to keep up with it. You guys just shout out your why. I'll pick out some. Here's mine. I wanted financial freedom. I needed to be a multi-mega millionaire, but I wanted financial freedom. I wanted to travel. This was more important to me than money. I wanted experiences and travel more than anything else, right? What else? Well, I was, around 30-ish. I was like, man, I need to save for this retirement thing. It still seemed like a million years away, but obviously, as we all know, it's not. As you get older, you realize it's kind of an important thing, right? All right. What else? I had just gotten married, and I was having a son, and I knew I wanted my spouse to be able to stay home if she so choose. These were my whys. My mom in March of 99 was diagnosed with a form of bone cancer, or blood cancer, called multiple myeloma, and she had 18 months to live on March 4th of 99. Well, I'm happy to say that I talked to her last night for like 20 minutes, and she's like, well, the cancer's coming back. We're just going to do some more chemo or whatever. So she's been fighting it for a long time. So this is one that's important to me, taking care of family. And last but not least is giving back. I told you I volunteer. I get $800 a month, I think, for my elected position, but it feels like volunteering, really. I've really got a lot of fulfillment out of doing things like this. There's a soup kitchen I'm involved with. There's a food pantry called Midwest Food Bank. It's pretty amazing what they do. And I volunteered with the local schools with my kids. These are the things that really got me excited. I'm reading these. How about this? Let me give Tina Hamilton a gift card. These are just like $25 Amazon gift cards, y'all. Tina Hamilton, you were first. And I like what Carol Moulton said. I want to be able to leave a legacy for my grandchildren. That was pretty cool. It kind of connected with me. I'm just skimming. There's so many, you guys. I can't even read them all. All right. How about Cynthia Alexander? How many of you could relate to Cynthia's comment? My job wouldn't let me take time off when my mother almost died. I believe it, Cynthia. I completely can relate to that. How about Patty Rukowski? Always one of my favorite people in the world. She talked about her husband, who's Wayne, and he loves his job, but she really just wants him home. And if you don't know Patty, they are super sports fans, Chicago only, of course. How about Richard? Richard Beam said, my wife had cancer treatments, and I wanted to travel for and with her now. I like that, Richard. Wow, Wendy Weber, man, I'm going to give out a bunch of gift cards. I love everything I'm reading. Wendy said Down syndrome. So Wendy said, man, I'm skimming it. She went on to say, I want to be able to sleep till I wake up, pay off all my debts, do what I want when I want, and kind of went on. And I'm just like, I get it. And how about last but not least, how about Mike Patton? Mike said, I was sick and I was fired on my voicemail. I just want freedom. He was fired via voicemail too. We're going to get all you guys gift cards. It'll be after the call, but we'll get you. Vanessa's going to hit you up for your information. And it's just like an Amazon gift card. We'll email it to you and you could go use it. All right. This why stuff matters. The reason is, right? The reason is it gives you something to focus around that's not just the almighty dollar. And I found that I started making so much more money when I stopped focusing on money and start focused on what was driving me. And I just share that because it really, I was the biggest pessimist naysayer out there about that subject, but I promise you it's true. Well, let's get started. We're going to rock this out, you guys. So what can we do to achieve your whys? How about this? Have you ever bought a training course or program on the internet, on a webinar, or maybe a sales page? Give me a yes or no. You can give me a smart comment too if you want, right? And I know some of you have, right? Probably a lot of you have, just like I have. Alicia has. Not only we may create content, but we also consume. You need to know that. And I'm reading the comments. There's so many people, plenty of them. Joya said, no, a couple no's, a few yes, 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 yes. Still learning. Yet plenty of times to no avail. Sid said, Sid Burns, plenty of times to no avail beyond emptying my pockets. Sid, what I'm going to tell you and everybody else is that over 50% of the people that have joined this program with me, and I'm going to offer you something at the end, have made money. Over 5 people made over 100,000 their first month. 3 people were over 200,000 and 1 was over 300,000 in their first month. It's crazy. All right. So I started thinking, what can you do to hit your whys? Nowadays, right, you can drive Uber and Lyft. And I know it's crazy with the gas prices right now, but you really can make a little bit of money, side hustle money, right? This was always my option, which is start a small business in your town, right? And I did a marketing agency and I just did work for people and got paid. But that's a whole nother story for another day. All right. You can do, I bet Alicia may have told you about some of the investment properties Greg and her have been doing, right? You can do investment real estate. And there are a lot of money to be made in this. I've been very lucky on 2 deals and unlucky on some others. But I will tell you, there is money to be made, right? You could do stuff in the digital marketing world, right? For sure. All right. How about this? Website design? Yeah, it's not my thing anymore. It was in the 90s, but now you have to be passionate about it. You have to be really good at it. And I'm not good at it. SEO, I started here, web design and SEO, 96 for a dentist. So that's where I started, you guys, side hustle money, right? Maybe not as good of an opportunity as it used to be, candidly. Social media, this is still hot. This is good stuff, you guys. You could do so much with this. There's so many angles on this, right? All these are good. Mobile marketing. Patty's on the call, is the first person to kind of turn me on to mobile marketing. I had known about it, but she gave me a legitimate push. What else? Reputation marketing. You know, helping people with reviews and both good and bad reputation, things like that. These are digital things you can do. You can sell stuff on an e-com store, right? You can generate leads. You can do all these things and you'll get paid. No matter which one you do, if you're passionate about it, it really is good, right? It really is good. You will make money. So here's part of the disconnect. You can make good money in everything I just mentioned, every single one of them. However, right, you knew there was a but, and there is a but to all of this. This is the problem. When you're working with clients and local businesses, right, as an example, not all the businesses know they need these services, right? They don't know they need your help, right? They don't know that at all. And this is why so many people struggle. It really is. It's as easy as the business doesn't get it. They don't know they need your help. And getting past that disconnect has proven very challenging for most people. Now, what I want to tell you is I did a webinar, Alicia, I meant to tell you this. I did a webinar with Brian Tracy about a month and a half ago. Are we still here? Hello? I just lost all power in my building. Here's for a backup device.
Ooh, good thing it's battery power. Yeah, we hear you great.
Yeah, it's this is crazy, you guys. Everything's flickering. All right, Vanessa, if anything happens, I'm putting the pressure on you. So I don't see the screen anymore. Do you guys still hear me? This is really nuts.
Yep, we hear you good.
It's a new one. Yeah, the storm and weather here has been crazy in Atlanta. We had tornadoes, bad weather. Anyway, I did this webinar with Brian Tracy. This is why I'm telling you about it. He said something. If you can move out of your comfort zone, right, that's how you grow. And it connected with me. Cool. All right. Thank you guys for letting me know that. Genuinely, everything's just flickering like crazy. So I unplugged everything. I went off hardwire and I went on Wi-Fi because I have a battery backup. All right. So here's what's unique about what I'm doing. There's nothing to sell. I don't know if that's attractive to you. There is nothing to sell. All right. You guys, I'm fighting PowerPoint gremlins. Hang on a second. Let's see. All right. Come back. This is just how it goes. This is called Murphy's Law right now. So give me a second. And Vanessa, what screen do you see right now?
I see Brian Tracy and his quote, move out of your comfort zone. You can only grow if you're willing to feel awkward.
Well, this is a fine little thing. It is not changing screens. All right, how about this? I don't know. Come back. It's like, y'all, I'm changing screens, but it's not changing on GoToWebinar, I can tell. I'm going to stop showing my screen. Let's play that game. Then I'm going to show, there we go. Amazing. All right.
There we go.
I love it. Okay. All right. Get by with a little help, right? All right. Here's what's unique about what we're doing. Nothing to sell. How would you like to make 6 or even 7 figures without selling? Give me a 1 if that's you. You'd love to make, no BS, this is the real deal. You'd love to make 6 or 7 figures and you don't have to sell. For real. You don't have to build a list. You don't have to talk to business owners. There's relatively very little competition. And the payouts, like I mentioned, are large. Right? All right. Lori said, Brian, that's me. All right, guys, I've been doing this stuff for a long time. I've never seen anything like what I'm going to share with you. And it probably will never be here again. All right. People have been on my webinar. I know a bunch of you on this call. So I love telling a story about a money tree. When I was a kid, my mother and my grandfather would always tell me this phrase. It was like, I would ask for baseball cards or money to go to the arcade. This is like 81, 82. And my mom would usually hit me. This is like my formative 5th, 6th grade years. Money doesn't grow on trees, right? Well, all right. So Sid says, Brian, I got no money tree in my backyard. Hey, get Sid Burns a gift card, man. Go get something on me, Sid. All right, watch this. I used to imagine when my parents, right, and my family would say this kind of stuff, I would dream about this tree that obviously doesn't exist. But I'm going to tell you right now about my real money tree that I have personally done north of $3 million on, I'm trying to count months, in like 5 months. That's just me not counting other people. So there is no limit at what I'm going to show you. And almost nobody is doing this. Almost nobody. I'm sure somebody will tell me somebody else, right? But I'm going to say almost nobody. All right. I'm going to send you guys the seeds. I love it. Joanne, all right, watch this. Okay. So my money tree delivers the absolute number one thing. Not only every business, but probably every person wants and unfortunately needs, right? It's the one thing they want more than anything else, more than leads, more than SEO rankings, more than a great website, more than their product selling, right? More than anything else. The net, right? All these businesses want, you guessed it, it's money, right? It is money. Patty Rukowski said easy money. They do. That's why every business, they want, some of you guys said time, but money can give them time. It's a vehicle to free up time, because time is the one thing, right, that we can never get back. So I can't get back the horrific day I had on Tuesday. All right. I can't get that day back. But today's Thursday. It's another day, right? And money gives them the freedom. And with the inflation we have right now, maybe I need a better picture than coins. Maybe we need stacks of Benjamins, right? Is Benjamin a 10 or 100? I think it's 100, right? Okay. We need stacks of money. Now, the important thing, I love what Wendy said. It's not money for money's sake, but for the freedom of time and other things that money can provide. I would agree wholeheartedly with that one. Guys, the why is important, and I promise if your why is just to make money, you're missing something. Money, you have to look at it, right? If it gives you that freedom of time to spend time with your family, to spend time with your children, to volunteer, to spend, whatever it is, to travel, that's the why. So this is what my thing is doing. It's pumping out cash. Now, there's a catch. You would think, why not business loans? I saw somebody say that. Fortunately, I did have this slide. Loans are great, right? People like them. I'm not really involved in that right now. I've done small business loan, like lead generation before, and I made money at it. But most businesses, many of them don't want these loans. The fees are high, and no one wants a several $1,000s a month payment, right, to repay the loan. Okay, so we're not talking about loans. I want you guys to remember in 2020 with the pandemic, the U.S. government, and I know not everybody's in the U.S., but the U.S. government did a thing called the Paycheck Protection Program. Now, what we're talking about today is not the Paycheck Protection Program, but I'm giving you this example. This came out of what was called the CARES Act, which was legislation passed in the United States to help businesses that were hurting, okay? And they did this PPP loan to give money to businesses so they wouldn't fire their employees. And even they would hire back people who were laid off. That was the point. That's what happened. Give me a 1 if you heard of this. Doesn't matter if you're in the US or not. Give me a 1 if you heard of what they did, this PPP thing. And they did 2 rounds of it. And they gave out, I'm going to say gobs of money. I guess that's not really a real thing, but hundreds of billions they gave out. Yeah, a lot of you guys know it. Okay. Carol said she got one. How many of you got a PPP loan? That's such a great thing. And I say the word loan, but what the best part about it is the government forgave this. It's nutso. Joanne did. Brian did. Gobs is the correct. I got one. Tara got one. Ivis said they were doing something like it in Canada. Okay. Well, this same government legislation that created this program in the U.S., here it is. It was 659 billion, at least one round, right? The same legislation in the US did something else, and I'm going to tell you about it in a minute. Now, these PPP loans, the cool thing is you didn't have to pay them back 95% of the time. They were forgivable. Now, in my mind, the best part was it was like a one-page form that was really easy. And I will say this, I'm not always a big fan of government. It doesn't matter what political party, but government in general. They get lost on the way to doing the right thing very often, you guys. But I will say that both of the political parties in the U.S. actually passed something that helped people, and it was good. So that happened. It was great. Now that money's gone, right? So there's not much we can talk about it. But the CARES Act, I alluded to this a minute ago, had another little known program which was designed to help business owners, right? I love it. David said, I got two. I love it. Okay, watch this. This other program is called the Employee Retention Tax Credit. It's kind of literal. I bet you can guess what it means. Keep your employees and get a tax credit. You are right. Employee retention, right? Keep employees, tax credit. Well, this is a crazy program, right? It came out at the time of the PPP loan. And initially, it would give business owners about $5,000 an employee, 50% of the first $10,000 of wages. So imagine having 100 employees, maybe you're a restaurant, and you got $500,000. Pretty awesome. Pretty amazing, really. Now, I'm gonna tell you a secret. Yeah, it is one more program giving money to small businesses that qualify. That is what this is. And I'm gonna connect how it's gonna help you in just a second. All right. Now, the problem with this program is every business in America, almost all of them, did the PPP program. And the law was written initially that said, hey, business owner, if you get a PPP loan, you cannot collect this other rebate. That's what happened. David, I love it. All right. Tens of millions of businesses needed help, but they were ruled out. They got a little bit of help from the PPP, but the whole country shut down. It's not unreasonable that they needed a hand, right? Let's be real. Well, the good news, back in March of 2021, man, it almost seems like the government's in internet marketing. The American Rescue Plan Act was signed, and that could be a WSO, you guys. Well, this program came out, and it provided more COVID relief for businesses. Now, specifically in March, they changed the rules on the ERTC, sometimes abbreviated ERC, and said if you got a PPP, guess what? The good news is now you can apply for this. All right. Yeah, so in English, businesses that receive PPP loans now are eligible to do this ERC program. All right, important. Now, originally, it was only 2020. Then, Congress, in their infinite wisdom, expanded the program summer of last year, and now you could go after money if you were active in quarter 1, 2, or 3 of 2021. So that's January to the end of September. And if you were a startup business, you could get paid in the fourth quarter. All right. So that's kind of what happened, right? So far, I've told you there's another government program that's giving out money. Now, you may ask the very important question, what is the important question you should ask? I told you there's a program, it's very little known, and they're giving out money to businesses. What question would you have? Let me see what you say. Where? I like that, Richard. Let's see. Yes. They're coming in. Give me more info. Yes. Wendy said what I was thinking. How does it help me? How much? All right. I have that one on my screen. How much is now businesses can collect up to $26,000 per employee. So I want you to imagine, does anybody ever eat lunch out at a local restaurant, lunch or dinner at a restaurant? I want you to think of how many employees they may have. Just lob in a number on how many employees your restaurant where you might eat periodically has. Lob in a number. I love it. Mike said, so what? All right. Watch this. Sid, you're going to like it. Sid, stay with me. I promise you. You're about to flip out. All right. So 50, 10. Okay, so 15. That's in the middle. 12, Sonia said. 12. 12 times 26,000. That's an up to, right? It doesn't mean you'll get exactly 26. Well, that's about 300K. 15. I'm not even going to do that math. That's more. 25. That's a lot of money. It's $500,000. All right. So they can get a lot of money. And it's not just restaurants. It's any business. Any business. And now you're thinking what Sid and others said, and Mike, right? There's free money out there. You're killing me. How does this help me? Let me explain. All right, watch. 2 reasons. First, most businesses don't even know about it. And I would say 90% fall in that bucket. Second, it's super complicated, far beyond the average business owner's capacity to do this work. I consider myself a reasonably smart, from a finance standpoint, business owner. I may not be smart in all areas, but I'm good in that area. This is really hard. I have an MBA in finance from Notre Dame, and I could not do this myself. You need to be an accountant. You need to be probably a CPA. You need to be an expert on this program to do it. Okay? You really need that skill set. So the reason it's good for us, right? Nobody knows about it, and it's hard. All right? Well, let me give you some of the criteria. Hey, Sinolf. Let me give you some of the criteria. So they had to have payroll. So the business has to pay people like W-2. If you're not in the US, that means they can't be contractors. They have to be like full-time employees or part-time employees that get paid on regular payroll. They had to have less than 100 employees in the 2020 program in 19 and less than 500 in 19 in the 21 version. They could have unlimited part-time. Here's the catch. They had to lose money, a reduction in sales, 50% when you compared 19 to 20, or 20% when you compared 19 to 21, or the business had to be shut down. Now, shut down means a lot of things. I'll keep picking on restaurants. What if they could do takeout? Patty, I bet this is true in Chicago. I bet that a lot of businesses had to go takeout only, or they had to reduce their capacity, right? So if either one of A or B happen, they qualify. And like 80% of the businesses qualify, you guys. Yep, she said all businesses, all restaurants, Brian, closed in Illinois. And that's true in almost every state in America. Okay. So these are some of the qualification standards. Now, I just need to say this again. The most important thing about this is it's really hard. So you can't do it yourself. Almost nobody can. And most accountants and CPAs are not doing this work. It's outside of their core focus. Now, I used to be in software sales many eons ago, and I learned from older sales guys that complexity creates opportunity. Would you agree? Complexity creates opportunity. Tina Hamilton said, let me read this to you guys. Guys, Tina just said, I lost my job twice in the restaurant field during both lockdowns. Tina said one restaurant never opened back up and one only opened to have takeout only. Tina, both of those restaurants could qualify for this program, and I'll show you how to make money with it, okay? Both of those. Now, during the gold rush, I got this miner, right? The miners needed all kind of help. Think about Levi Strauss, man. Back in California, they had the jeans, you know, the whole picks and shovels story. Well, guess what? They needed help. Now, just like those miners, the businesses right now, they need help. They need money. You guys, we've been doing digital marketing for them for a while, a lot of us, and we've done good. We've done the right thing in general, right? I would say that in general for most people. But what these businesses need right now, more than number one on Google, more than a good reputation, more than amazing posts on social media. They need cash infused directly into their business. They don't need a loan. They need money. And guess what? They need you to tell them about it, you to refer them, you to help get them the money they're eligible for that they don't even know about. Okay. Watch. I'm going to ask this question. Be honest. You can be a pessimist. You can smack me down. It's okay. Can you do this? Can you help businesses collect on free money? And I use that in quotes, air quotes, right? Free money with no catch that never comes due. There's no loan, no forgiveness. Do you think you could refer a business who might be eligible for free money and earn a payment, a commission? You're not asking them to pay anything. Do you think you could do it? You don't have to do it in person. You could do it with a LinkedIn, an email, a Facebook, a friend of a friend, right? Could you refer them for free? Tina's like, absolutely, I sure as heck can. Okay. Honestly, all of you guys can do it. So Eric said, Brian, I can do it. What's the catch? Eric, if the business, what if I told you I'd give you $250, Eric, every time you refer to business, right? It might be interesting. And then I said, I'm just kidding. What if I told you I'd give you $500, right? You might get interested. What if I said I'd give you $1,000 every time you made a referral, Eric? And straight up, I'd be lying to you because it's a lot more money than that. $1,000 is just the beginning. All right. I knew I could do it. I knew I could, right? But I knew this. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a tax guy. I'm not an audit professional. I'm a bad golfer. I'm a reasonably good dad. I'm a decent marketer. That's about it, right? Try to be a good husband, but I'm not a tax guy. However, here's what I did, and this is how it connects to everybody. I went and created strategic relationships with multiple CPA firms who do this work. And then I negotiated like I was Walmart. What does that mean? I negotiated like I was Walmart. Here's what it means. I said, look, Mrs. CPA, Mr. CPA, I'm going to bring you business and you're going to pay me commissions. And I'm going to bring you a lot of business. I don't mean one. What if I told you that I sent them 700 deals in the first 30 days? Do you think they woke up and said, holy camoles, right? Holy cow. All right. All right. That's what I did. I said, I'm going to bring you thousands of deals because they wanted to give me 5% of the money they made as a referral fee. And then they wanted to give me 10%. And then I kept beating on them. Like I was Walmart beating up a small company wanting to sell in my stores. And I just went after them. And I said, no. And I said, I'm going to give you 1 week's worth of referrals and we're going to talk in a week. I sent them maybe 190 deals. I didn't want to be an affiliate. I wanted a strategic relationship. I spoke with every single firm in the country doing this work, and I browbeat them. I did it. You guys, imagine for any of the guys on the call, and your wife's been nagging you, and she's all over you because you didn't do your chore list. I did that to these guys. I beat on them, right? And here's what happened. I cut through all the marketers out there that didn't know what they were talking about, and I got right down to the real companies, and I cut a deal. More money, more support. I have a seat at the table. I have an entire team at my disposal, right? And I said, I am going to make so much money referring businesses to get free money It's going to be like nothing I ever seen. And I went on to build a $3 million plus pipeline for myself, not even counting the other members, right out of the gate, guys, millions. So now you're wanting to know what Eric and Mark and a few others were asking, how much money can I make? All right. I was teasing with Eric a minute ago about the 250, 500, 1,000. All right. So I got to monster referral fees. Big time, right? I just said, look, I want 4-figure fees. So I got 10% initially. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more in a minute, but I got more. So just remember. But this 10% is almost always over $1,000, Eric and everybody else. So basically, I kick a deal. Tina talked about a restaurant she was working at that's closed down. Tina, I kick a deal, and I'm going to make at least 4 figures for referring it. Some days I do 20. All right. So can I actually do this? All right. Can I do it? What does it really entail? So I made a chart. I like charts. I like basic spreadsheets. I knew that if I could build a website where people could enter their leads into my website, all right, I'd get them to fill out their information like Tina's company that went out of business, John Smith, closed down restaurant, right? Phone number. It's a bunch of easy fields they can do in 30 seconds. And then the accounting and the support team, they gather up some docs. They then calculate how much money they're getting, and boom, they bill the client. They do charge them for work at the end. But I want you to imagine, just like a brew pub I did yesterday that's getting 320,000 back. They had no idea they were going to get $1. All of a sudden, they're getting $320,000. Guess what? The member that referred the brew pub is getting $16,000 for referring a deal. That's 5 figures, isn't it? Yeah, 6. Yep, 5 figures. 16,000 on that one yesterday. That's one deal, you guys. Patty just said my first deal, and she's a member, is with a nutrition company with 4 locations, getting $1.5 million. All right. Now we've had, when I made this slide, it was dozens, but now it's hundreds. I think we've had 300 or 400 members actually submit deals. I think we've had almost every member have submitted deals. Let me give you some examples. I'm gonna give you some ideas. This is one of mine, so it's easy. I can explain it. This is a marketing agency. Patty, you'll appreciate this. This was a referral from Costas Peppa. Costas Peppas is a marketer that a good friend of mine, lives in Nashville, referred me this deal. This is how much they're getting. I made $9,000. $9,950 is a referral fee. Still have that hat, Patty. Insurance company, not mine. The marketer got $4,700 for referring the insurance company. Restaurant in Washington got $500,000. It's actually 100 and something employees. Somehow I have a typo there. The marketer got 10 grand roughly for generating it. This one's a big one. $1.2 million. A renta security guard, a staffing company for security people. $1.2 million. Imagine getting 15 grand for referring this. Nonprofits. I just did a nonprofit a few minutes ago in Virginia, excuse me. They're getting 200, Vanessa would have to tell me the real number, 200 and something $1,000 back. Marketers making like 7 or 8K, I think, on it for the referral. So there are so many, it doesn't matter the niche. This might be, you guys may know Jean Calenda, but she referred this RV company, I think. Either she or Matt Bush, one of those two referred them. Guys, marketers getting 5 grand back on this one. The business is getting 260K. The marketers are getting between 15 and 25%, just to give you the easy math. Janitorial, marketers getting 6K. You think that janitorial company needed $170,000? I bet they did. Pizza place, you think a pizzeria Alicia, imagine the place we went to, Greg, Rebecca, you and I. Imagine they're getting $376,000 back, and you got $7,000 for referring them. It's not bad.
Yeah, not bad. Amazing.
I
This
mean,
is
guys,
so
this
exciting.
is it. Alicia, that place there, it was. I wouldn't call it a hole in a wall, but it wasn't that big of a place, right?
Right, right. I
It's
love this.
it's nuts, you guys. Here's another restaurant. I always put restaurant slides up because everybody eats out. It's easy to talk about. $7,000 to the member. The business got $200K back. I got one. I have a lake house in Georgia, east of Atlanta a bit. There's a sports bar there that got $1.1 million back. Member got like 60 something thousand. It's nutso. I'm just gonna give you some. This is just quotes from other people. I took screenshots. This guy's on fire. I need a new quote from him. He just did a deal, multiple $1 million deal off a referral. I don't know if he's making 100K on it, but he's up there. It's a high 5-figure deal for him. His name is Donald Cox. Nice guy. David, super nice guy. I've never had so many thank you emails from people ever. All right, now I'm going to answer all these questions like Sharon, like yours. So we've got an option where you just submit the deal and an option where you participate. But you could literally get paid for simply referring on the low end. Scott, one of our members, actually vetted this out with his own accountant before he signed up. He said, this almost sounds too good to be true. Found out it was. Scott and his wife own 2 businesses. They did their own deals. He got paid commission on it. It was kind of hilarious. And he's referred a dozen or so. Julie did a restaurant out in California, 80 employees. Think about that with 26,000 a pop. Guys, this guy Tommy is probably our number 1 referrer right now. That bar bistro, that's the one I just said $1 million on. They actually had 2 locations. They got over $2 million. They were under a shutdown order. They were in Georgia and Florida, a couple hundred employees. You'd be surprised how fast businesses get lots of employees. In the first 3.5 weeks, this guy did over 200K. I mean, you can look at the different kind of businesses. The hair salon, that's where his wife goes. The veterinarian's where he takes his dog. The fitness center is the gym he works out at. I don't know who the lawyer was. I don't know the other ones, but he did like 35 referrals, couple $100,000 in the first month. And actually, I met this guy through another marketer, and I did this Navy SEAL 8K or something with him. That's a whole nother story. That's me on the far right. Just glad it's over. All right. Stephanie said, I'm listening right now on my job. Stephanie, maybe you can refer your job. All right. I love it, Stephanie. And if you have to go for whatever reason, reach out to Alicia. All right. Tim did a health and wellness company, 24 employees. They were under a shutdown. Burgess, I love this guy. He's in California and Ohio is where he's been referring deals. He's done a couple dozen. Just one after another, just on fire. Ray is in North Atlanta, Ackworth, I think. Did a restaurant and a few others. Susan did a doctor's office, small doctor's office. Boom. Amanda did, I've never even heard of this. For all the ladies on the call, don't laugh at me. But apparently there is a business where they do eyelash extensions. I had no idea. 12 employees. I don't know how much money they're getting back, up to 26,000 each. Phenomenal, right? All right. This guy's one of our top 5 guys, Mark Klipsch. He submitted 80 deals 1 month. 80 deals, right? I mean, it's unbelievable. Steve did a restaurant. These are their first deals. I just made little slides out of them. All these guys, these are all different people making money. Cynthia, she did a grocery store where she shops. Easy. How about this? This is a screenshot I posted, and I said the deals keep on coming. In the last 48 hours, there were 45 deals. 20 members with at least 1 new deal. The guy over on the left, for all of you people that aren't in the U.S., over here on the left is a name that says Eric LaRiche. Eric, and that I put purple arrows to, is in Canada. I think he's in Quebec, Montreal, I believe. Quebec, a province of Quebec in Canada. He did the largest deal in the month. Think about that. You don't have to be in the US. You don't have to meet and talk to the business at all. You can, right? Of course you can. And we'll pay you more for that. All right. So I'm telling you all the good. I'm going to tell you a bad story. Nobody ever does that on a webinar, right? I'm going to tell you, it started out bad and I got it good. This guy, Andy, bought the product and he got nowhere. Just being truthful. Give me a 1 if you've ever bought something and spun your wheels and got nowhere. Nowhere. He's like, this is another marketing program, typical losing money. I feel like it's spammy, blah, 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 right? And this is honest post. I'm just grabbing them for you. I got a lot of 1s. All right. So I created a person on our team who's a member success manager. And I had this guy reach out and work with Andy directly. And no coaching, none of that stuff. Within 2 weeks, Andy got an AC business and a restaurant, a cafe, worth about $10K to Andy. 100% of the people in the course can make 6 figures. They can make 0, right? But there is no reason that everybody can't get lots of deals. It is completely unbelievable. You're giving away free money. You decide, do you refer them and stop, or do you refer and help them, help get them to submit the docs? And I'll explain what that means in a minute. But you can literally refer people over and over and over again. So I'm going to get to the point because I've been chatting a while. How many of you, just say me, how many of you want to make what I would consider large commissions north of $1,000, in many cases, 2, 3, 4,000 or more, helping businesses who are recovering from the pandemic? And talk about karma. You are helping businesses that didn't fire their employees. The people that kept their employees or staff on the payroll, right? It's awesome. Sid, I love it, man. All right. Yeah, I'm going to give you all the details. All right. All right. So I created a program called RPS. All right. Recovery Profit System. Recovery Profit System. Let me tell you this. Somebody said, do people really make money? How many times when you buy somebody's product, do they immediately ask you to fill out a W-9 or a W-8 if you're not in the US? You may not even know what that is. I'm so sure I'm paying so many people money that I had them fill out the tax documents so I could send them the payments. It's the very first thing I do. It's crazy. Well, I'm going to tell you about it. It is an exclusive affiliate system. It's a business opportunity like nothing else. It's designed to empower you to help businesses in the United States. You'll get paid thousands of dollars per deal. Completely unique product. Very little competition. Almost none. Partner with our team. Don't go it alone. You can't really in this case. Partner with our team, the accounting companies I set up, and get paid high commissions. That's what the program is at its lowest level. Richard, it's not even remotely saturated. Not even remote. Not even 1%. I made some modules because I heard that's what you're supposed to do with these training products. And I basically just broke the whole thing down. I tried not to talk too long. As a matter of fact, none of my modules are as long as we've been on the phone right now. I break it down on all the basics, the who, what, when, where, how much, the why, and I do a really good job simplifying something hard. Second module is the most important. It's about getting to the money. Simple training on the key points, how you make money, how much you make, and the member case studies. There are so many case studies. As a matter of fact, over the last like 2.5 weeks. Vanessa, I just asked you to build, how many more case studies did I ask you and Tracy to make in Canva?
I believe it was 47.
It was 62. It started 47 the first time and I added 15 more.
Okay.
62, you guys, case studies. All right. I'd love it. Now, third module. This is how you turbocharge it. We've all been in internet marketing as newbies or intermediate or advanced. You can go 6-7 figures hands-free. I've applied a proven IAM model, the affiliate model from internet marketing, to the system we built. I've got 2 strategies. It's unbelievable. 3 of the top 5 are using these strategies to turbocharge. And I'll explain that. I'll explain it in a minute. So the concept is you can have sub-agents, sub-affiliates, right? Generating deals where they get paid and you get paid on top of them. Not multi-level, think sales manager, salesperson. All right. Module 4 is all about the leads. I show you in 2 parts are proven. Hey, you guys, I'm going to get rid of my Facebook. I just realized it was open. That was me beeping. Very, very sorry. So module 4, we've got this thing we call the circle formula. It's what we use with that guy, Andy, that was struggling. It'll put 10K in your pocket so fast you won't even know what happened. We get into hands-free. So imagine you live in Spain, maybe Alicante, Spain on the coast, or maybe you're in Pattaya, Thailand, like one of our members. Maybe you're in London, or I saw somebody in Liverpool, Leeds, Canada, Mexico, Peru, right? You can't go meet with the business. Well, that's okay. You can be completely hands-free. There is no requirement to actually meet or talk. We have multiple funnels. They lead you to one common goal. The fifth one is our Profit Pinnacle module. This is all about the high dollar niches. This is all about kind of scaling your business. It's kind of outside of the agency space. If you've been in the local space, this gets you out of that bubble, gives you some things you probably never thought about. We've got every concept of collateral you could want. And you know what I do? And I'll tell you guys at the end, but I've got this whole program with members where I pay them for helping me make cool stuff. Like if you're good at something and you make something, I hook you up. We've got multi-touch campaigns, refer, tell a friend, LinkedIn stuff, Facebook ad stuff, phone script stuff. Some people like calling, flyers, business cards, teaser videos. Man, we got it all. And you know what? I made some of it, but a lot of it's made by members, and I pay them, right? Because they're good. Richard Bean, I'll come back to it, but 3 years. Now I've got a bunch of bonuses, and I'm going to give them all to you. Straight up. No matter what it says for on-call bonuses, there's a lot of people here today. I'm not going to cap it at any number that my slides say. If you're on the call and buy, you're good. So you could ignore any, I don't want you to feel any pressure. I want you to feel really fortunate that you came to the call with Alicia and Lorette. I want you to know that, man, we are destroying it. And honestly, I'd love for every one of you to make 6-7 figures doing this. So if you're excited, you want to learn some of the bonuses, and then we'll do Q&A and all that stuff, give me a 1, and I'm taking a sip of water, and then we'll finish, you guys. Done. Okay. So here's what we got. First, I'm going to give you a website. Joanne, you're going to like this. Alicia, you're going to like this. I built one website in Groove. I built it one in Groove Pages, one in WordPress. So I'll give you guys a choice. It's a simple lead capture website. It's got some content so you look good. It's got some case study examples. It's got the process. This is all a business has to fill out. Their name, that's really hard. Do you own any part of another business? besides this, or does another owner own another business? That's important. We'll talk about it later. How many W-2s? This is how many people they pay. Were you shut down? Next, done. That is the get in the door to get in the game, right? That's all they do. I have people that send me 5 or 10 a day every day. Guys like Scott, who I'll mention in a minute, every day. Minimum employee count, good question, 5. It doesn't mean you couldn't get it with less than 5, but the math doesn't work for the model. So we have to have 5. All right. So the website is done for you. I know that some of you are really good. I know because I know a few of you on this call. So do me a favor. Don't spend any time making your own website. Here's why. At no part in anything we talked about today did I tell you that you were going to get paid for making a website. I told you were going to get paid for referring businesses for free to an accounting company. So I would rather you do that and make money than tweak widgets, okay? You can tweak it later. Get 5 deals in, and I give you full permission to tweak to your heart's content. And you can do 5 deals in 48 hours. All right. We've got a tech team. I've got a lady that's, man, she runs my team. Her name is Tracy. Let me just tell you how awesome she is. I've been working with Tracy since 2003. I couldn't imagine not having Tracy on my team. She's awesome. And she and her team is there and available, and they're going to, anybody that gets in today, I will do my darndest. Vanessa, can I promise that I could get them a website today, or should I say 24 hours? I don't like to overpromise, but I kind of do.
I think today's reasonable.
Reasonable. Okay, if you get in today, I'll have you a website before midnight, if that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Remember, nowhere on here did it say build website to get paid. So I want you to use the site I'm going to give you and refer deals. So Errol, who is a pastor, retired pastor in London, guys, man, he's suffering cancer. He struggled with diabetes. This guy is an awesome, awesome person. So motivating to me. I have so many people like this in the program. Gail just celebrated her 70th birthday. She's up in New Jersey. She has generated 3 of the 5 biggest deals, all well over $1 million. Super smart. What a great lady. I have a whole interview with her that's epic. Just crushing it. All right. I hate when people don't tell me how much things cost. So yes, I will do that right now. And then we will answer more questions. All right. It's 3 payments of $397. So it's $397 to start. There's 2 additional payments. You could do a 1 pay. However, if you are financially strong, I encourage you to do the 1 pay. If you are not in your best financial position, I encourage you to do the 3 pay. It's why I put it up here, and I didn't even mention the 1 pay, okay? The whole point is I want this to be the biggest no-brainer on the planet. I want you've heard of 10x. I want you to 100x your money as fast as possible. All right. I'll come back to that. Vanessa's going to put the link in the chat box, and I'll come back. So, life-changing, can change all of our lives. These are the quotes I get. Listen, I've done 50 plus million online right now. I would have uttered the same thing. I literally can't tell you how amazing this is because it sounds hokey when I do it. Burgess got his first deal in under 10 days. He's done a couple dozen now. Sid's on our team. Listen to this. This is a module 3 move on Sid's part. Sid signed up an accounting firm, and they are referring deals to Sid. So Sid isn't even talking to businesses. The accounting firm's referring them. Amazing. Tommy, this guy, that's Tommy and his wife, Sherry. They live in rural Georgia, not in Atlanta. They live in a town of about 15,000 people. Not very big, right? This guy literally, He's closed the most deals, more than anybody else. I don't know how much. I don't want to give you bad numbers. Let's just say he's destroying it. Yeah, Vanessa, will you put the link in the chat box for you? Already did. Okay, it's in there, Frankie. All right. How soon can we generate money? Right away. I mean, let's go, panel, is what I say. Houston, I like this guy. Sometimes he gets on my nerves and I get on him, but it's a love relationship. He's a great dude. In and out of the hospital. He's on a cane. He did 9 deals his first week from the hospital bed. Just referring deals. He's got a monster one that looks like it's about to finish up. He's going to make high 5 figures on. Tito's. This gentleman has done the largest deal out of everybody. It was a restaurant in Texas. They're getting just under $2 million back. Tito's is doing all right. His share is a very, very big number. So shout out to Tito's. If you guys may know him, good guy, very good dude. Tracy, she's on my team. I also let my staff refer deals because why not, right? Nonprofits, why yes. Tracy referred a nonprofit, 92 W-2s. See, in what I'm doing, I have so many deals come in that it's not about who submitted the biggest deal. It's who's done the biggest today. Because on average, our team does 40 or 50 deals every day. That's 40 or 50 different deals paying money every day. So Tracy that day had done the biggest deal, and I was very excited for her. Okay. Does it apply to schools, private schools, like a Christian school or something, Nora? Yes. Or a daycare, those kind of schools? Yes. The deals come in so fast that in many cases, it's Vanessa's fault, not Brian's, we cannot even get everyone in the Facebook group before they have a deal and making money. I can't make that up. I don't even know Calvin McDaniels at all, but apparently he got a construction company before he even joined the Facebook group. It's crazy. Sharon, no. It's just the amount they get is based on how many they have. Steve Hirsch, this is a nice guy if you haven't met him. 2-location restaurant, crazy money. Got it right away. Rick could be any of us on this call. Straight up, give me a me if this sounds like you. He bought the product. I did a beta launch of the product to my list. Rick joins, lets life get in the way, never logs in, never does anything. He knew the basics of the program from the call, landed a deal, but he had never even logged in. He didn't have a website. He had nothing. How many of you could relate to procrastination like that? I can. Nancy can. Nancy Z. All right. Where does the money come from? The United States Treasury, the U.S. government, managed by, if you're an American, you'll know this company, you'll know this organization, managed by the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, paid by the United States Treasury. All right, Burgess, pizza place, Alicia Pizza, 200 employees. 200 employees. All right, what else? This guy, Alan, phenomenal guy in Texas. I'm not going to read it all to you. He landed a bunch of deals. How fast can you land a deal? Today, hey, the first 3 people that come on board and land a deal today, I'm going to PayPal you $100 tomorrow morning before lunch. It's that real. It's that big. I'm not kidding. 95% of you could get a deal in your first 3 to 5 days, if not sooner. Dan Jones got a barber training school. I have no words for that. Coyote Michael Ogunbuyi is, I don't think in the U.S., but got a cafe with 35 employees. Scott did a presentation at the Chamber of Commerce, and he got a lot of deals. All right. This is from, let's see. You can see some posts I made. Looks like I just grabbed random screenshots. One day I had, on Saturday, I was working the other day, this Saturday a few days ago, you guys. Scott got 2 restaurants. These are deals that are done, not like the lead. I mean, done deals. And Lowell Smoker got a landscaping company. Al Davis, Mackie Kyle, Scott Hall again. This guy, Scott Hall's a machine. And I'll tell you, he's offering to help people. He's just a really nice guy. Bill Detweiler, Naomi. This is 4 hours ago. The hair salon from Naomi, 4 hours ago, they got $102,000 finished up. I've got another 4 or 5 for today. I haven't even posted in the group. But guys, tell me it's not motivating knowing tons and tons of people are closing deals, are generating deals, and not only are they generating them, but they are closing all the time. Thank you, the United States, right? All right. Yeah, John, I'll come back. It's such a good question, man. I'll come back. So before I answer all the questions, I'm going to do the obligatory webinar. Rah, you guys. Is this exciting to you? Is it interesting in the least? Would you say you're interested? Would you say you're in? Right? I love it. I'm reading these comments. Sinov and John and Sid. How long can this last? It's going to last 3 years. All of 12, at this point, 2 years and 3/4. So you got 3 years to mint an unreal amount of money. You want more? Good, because I got some more. I'm not done yet. Let me give you a little bit more. I got some bonuses. I think I stole this off an Alicia webinar, this picture right here. I'm not really good at this stuff. I got a bonus for you. I've got a training group. I charge monthly for the group. I'm going to tell you about it in a minute, but I'm going to make it sick for you. You can work directly with our team. You can network with other owners, other business owners, right? All around the world. You can see exactly what's working and hear what's working and hear what's good and not good from other people, right? It's important. I find it to be one of the single most things that powers people to cash. I love contests. I love giving out money, just like Alicia and Lorette. I love it. Prizes, contests. It's not about, it's about one thing. It's about rewarding action takers. I'm constantly doing prizes, leaderboards, $100 for this or that. You know why I am? Because it is working. It's working in a big way. We do it all the time, every day. I made this slide in December, and I want you to see this. This is just an example. We're midway through the month, 3/4 of the way through December. Joseph had 37 deals for the month. Tommy didn't win for the month. He had 21 deals. Scott, 18 deals. And you can see all these other people right outside of the top 3. Okay. And I'm going to come back and answer every question, you guys, okay? I'm just going to come back, though, in a second. And you can see it change. You can see when Tito's got that deal, 536 employees. Way to go. I told you it was the biggest deal that closed. January, I did it again. Look at this. I got one guy with nine deals on the 10th of the month. One guy with 6, 5, 4, 4, 4. We had 95 deals from members on the 10th of the month. The community's super supportive and helpful. Honestly, that's a credit to each and every person. Matt Bush, he's a great marketer. He's an active member, closing deals like crazy. All right. We got all kind of live training. Right next week, we have 3 live calls we're doing. All different ideas. We focus on helping connect you with the money, right? Answer questions. I've got myself and 2 other people that are doing training, right? We try to bring you all the value. We also track your leads. We've been doing lead tracking for a long time. And you know what? We've got this down to a science. So we've got a system to make it so easy. You don't have to guess, do you have any deals? Where are they in the status before they close, right? How close to getting paid are you? You don't have to wonder. We've got an elaborate tracking system that puts you behind the scenes so you know exactly what's happening from a workflow standpoint, so you know where the deal is, right? This is the lead tracking. All right, how many of you are getting more excited? I am. I'm getting excited. I'm already a member. Frankie said, Brian, does the program include everything I need? Yes. All right. I'm still not done. I'll talk about the mastermind. I'm going to flip you guys a deal on it. I'm going to make you really happy. I'm going to give you unlimited data on businesses. So whether you live in South Africa, whether you live in Paris, whether you live in New York City, Iowa, Alabama, it doesn't matter. I'm going to give you the exact information, right, on who to hook up with, who to message. And all you're trying to do is get them to fill the form out. I got this cool book that I got excited about. You guys may not all love this, but I really liked it. I'm going to mail everybody that comes in this book. Actually, Amazon's going to mail it for me. I'll talk about that in a minute. I want to get to the questions. I've got all kind of funnels that work, Facebook ads, emails, subject lines. If you want to meet with clients, awesome. You don't have to. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever met with a client except accidentally a friend of mine. So rinse and repeat model, right? You can just keep it full. Tommy. Okay, so I bring Tommy on. A lot of people ask me to get him to come on and spill the beans. I mean, look, if you do 200,000 in a month, I mean, I was kind of interested myself. So I had one of our team, Sid, interview Tommy for about 90 minutes, getting every little thing he does and how you can copy and replicate his model. It is nothing secret to Tommy. Tommy has no technical skills at all. He barely can do email. He's good at text. I will give him that. He texts me a little bit too much. But let me tell you guys, destroying it. You do not have to be technical nor salesy. All right. Scott's a great guy. He has a day job full-time, very, very busy. He's married. This dude is busy, lives in a big city. He doesn't meet with or talk to any deal, yet he's generated $3 million in credits for some small businesses. He did $250,000 in accrued commissions his first 30 days. He gives you the step-by-step on exactly what he's doing. I can tell you what he's doing, but better for Scott to tell you, right? People are making so much money. There is no scarcity mindset. They are helping people, and that's what's happening. All right, I'm not done. I got one or two other things, and then we'll wrap this thing up. Yes, on the money back guarantee, I'll talk about that one too, but I just happened to see it. All right, I got two last mega bonuses. First is my follow-up system. I've been doing internet marketing a long time. Local marketing, agency marketing, affiliate. I've been bad at e-com. I've done it all, right? So I've got this system. It's a nurture and follow-up system I'll put into place, 100% done for you. Lead follow-up will make you money or break you. I have a system, and we will work tirelessly to bring in your deals. So imagine when you submit your deal and my team works on your behalf. Think about that. Second bonus. I mentioned affiliate marketing earlier. Imagine this. Imagine having your own personal network of agents where they're generating deals and you are getting an override on them. There is no limit on how many you can add. Every one of them will get their own website for free. My team will build it. 1 day turnaround. All tracking handled by my team. You can decide what you pay them. I will pay them for you for a number of reasons, but I will pay them what you tell me out of the money you get. Very, very interesting. You will make so much money if you follow what we're doing on this bonus right there. All right. So, oh yeah, I'll teach you all the stuff you need to know, Frankie, on the traffic, social media ads. I'd be glad to. We get into that a little bit, but it's probably due for a deep dive. I'm happy to do that. All right. I told you I had a paid mastermind. I'm going to give you 90 days free access. Here's why. One, I'm 100% positive you're going to make money. So rather than have you not be a part of it, I will give it to you for free for 90 days. Plug into our support system. Let us work on your behalf. Get all the help, including some one-on-one help. I'm not kidding. We will bend over backwards. I'm not good at bending backwards, but if I was, I would do it to help you. And we have a pretty good sized team. And right now, you are not going to believe what we'll do for you, but this will be free. I don't want you to pay me any monthly fee. I want you, if you're making money, I want you to say, is it worth being in the mastermind? I am so sure you're going to say yes that I'm going to give you 90 days so I can wow you. I'm positive that I'm going to do that. I'm positive. Now, this is the last thing, and we're going to take questions. Very last slide. All right. Earlier, we talked about making money. What if I gave you a 50% raise on every single deal? For those of you, I was going to do some limit. I just took it off. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to bump you from 10% to 15%. And then I'm going to give you a chance to get from 15 to 25% on every deal. And I'll explain what I mean. So imagine a deal you were making $3,000 on. I just bumped you. Now you're making $4,500. Right? That's simply referring and having the business send the form in. Now imagine if you help my team get the documents from the business in the first week. I will bump your pay on the deal from 15 to 25. And I'll explain why in a second. I mean, the support and the organization to run this program is expensive. If you can help me reduce my overhead and get to done faster, I'm glad to pay you more. But if you don't even want to bother, I'm happy to pay you the 15%. All right. So watch this. Yeah, and if you want to, somebody said, can I refer people to this webinar? I'm happy to have you do that. I'm happy to have you do that. All our members are allowed to refer, and we give them a very lucrative commission. So yes. So this is what we're doing. We are helping connect businesses with free money. It's as real as it gets. Feel free to Google IRS and ERTC. You can look it up. You will see that it is super complicated and far beyond most of us. There are probably some of you that are accountants or CPAs, right? We've built a model, a system, right? With a front-end support team, an elaborate team, front-end salespeople to help handle all the deals, with back-end accounting team that does all the real math, the heavy lifting. We built a model where you guys could make a lot of money. That is what I'm doing. That is why people are so excited. Honestly, that's why I'm excited. Somebody just said, Brian, how much money do you think you're personally going to do on this? Forgive me. The number is so high that I don't want to say it on this call. And I don't think I've ever said that before on a webinar ever. Let's say my mind is 9 figures, not 8. Think about it that way. I'm going to leave you with that number. So for everybody who's interested, Puerto Rico, yes, Nora. Good question. Yes. Hey, Mark Evans. Oh, the Buddha. I don't know. Vanessa, will you look up what Buddha's asking? The Buddha, we'll check it out. So, guys, this is as good as it gets. Okay. Oh, Rod Watson, the name of the program is ERTC. That's the government program, the acronym. Feel free to look it up. Joanne Woloff said she is in. Joanne, you're going to be blown away, and I'm going to love to get all your suggestions from you on ways we can make it better and help people. But guys, if you even have any doubt, if you ever said I've bought things and not made money, maybe it was your fault, right? Maybe it was somebody else's fault. It doesn't really matter. The result was the same. You didn't get where you wanted to go. Imagine getting your first deal tonight, tomorrow. Imagine getting several deals the first month. All right, let me figure out how we're going to play this. So for everybody that signs up, I want you to write this because I'm going to do something special for you. For everybody that signs up on the call, I want you to say, I just signed up. And if you say that, I'm gonna ask Vanessa to do some stuff behind the scenes for you. And I'm gonna keep that personal for you guys, okay? April Scott said, Brian, does it matter if the company received a PPP loan or not? It does not matter, April. Sharon Hogg said, I'm in. Rod said, I found it, Brian. Pamela said, I'm in. Will it work for churches, Sandra? Yes. Sandra Noble, yes. Is this a limited time offer? I'm going to make it available for Alicia and Lorette for several days. I'll work that out with Alicia. She'll let you guys know. Eric, if you need anything, if you have any personal situation, reach out to Alicia and we will do our best to accommodate and help you. I mean that. What's the average time to close a deal? How about this? There are so many questions. Let me stop this. Why don't we do this? Why don't we? All right. Let me put this up. I want everybody to think about what I'm saying here. I wrote this down a couple of years ago, and it couldn't be more true today. I want you to have no excuses, no obstacles. I don't want you to fail at getting clients. I don't want you to worry about technical skills. I don't want you to worry about paid traffic. I don't want you to worry about headaches of a normal agency or an e-com business, right? I don't want you to worry about affiliate marketing. I'm going to give you a roadmap that's easy to follow. You can get paid, just like I explained, up to 25% of the monies the CPA make. Partner with our team. Don't go it alone. I promise you, this is one of those few times it's way better to partner. And I'm going to talk about building 6 or 7 figures. Now, let me take your questions and let me explain a little more. All right. Let's start with this from Sid. Sid just said, let me see if I can get it on the screen, Sid. Hang on. I appreciate your questions. All of you guys. I want to take every one of them. I won't leave unless Alicia kicks me out or y'all tell me to leave. So look at this. The average time to close a deal. Let's dig into that. You should be able to generate a deal in minutes, right? That's not the hard part. Everybody wants free money. We can all agree. The CPA firm will take realistically 5 or 6 weeks to complete the deal. Okay? Perfect. I just signed up. Look at that. Welcome, Wendy. I saw that she signed up. Pamela signed up. Welcome, Pamela. Welcome, Sanalv. Welcome, Dale. All of you guys. Okay. Oh, I love this question from Sandra. So let me show you this. Guys, I'm waiting for somebody to invent a way to exploit this opportunity like this. Sandra just asked, what do you guys think the answer to this is? This is a good question she's asking, y'all. It's a really good question. Yeah, I'll put the link back. Hang on. It's my fault. Hang on. All right. Look at this question, and let's think about it. If the business is closed, can they get money? Sid already knew the answer. Shout out to Sid. The answer, of course, is yes, with one caveat. Yes, they simply had to be open in 2020 and or parts of 2021, right? Not too good of a speller today. All right. The answer is yes. And you know what? Imagine a business that unfortunately didn't make it. Think of the joy that that business owner would have knocking back 100 grand, 200 grand, because you know they went in the hole. They probably got into debt. That might literally change their life. Imagine a business is shut down. The owner floated it on her credit cards as long as she could, and she's in a bad spot. Imagine helping them knock down serious money. Welcome to Tara. Thank you, Tara. Vanessa, are you here in the background? You may be gone. I don't know if she's here.
I'm here. Excuse me, I'm here.
Nora said I didn't get the welcome email. They take like 15, 20 minutes. Is that right or no?
Should only take about 5, but her email bounced, so I'm working on it on the background.
Oh,
in the background.
Okay. There you go. I was trying to help Nora. Awesome. Okay. Will there be a replay? This is one of my all-time favorite questions. This might be my number one favorite question from Beth. Will there be a replay and where will it be posted? The answer is yes. I will defer to Alicia. Alicia will tell us where. And she'll
send it
mail it
out.
out or something. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll send it out as soon as it's over.
All right. But
Okay.
yes, I promise. Alan's in, Sharon's in. Okay, all right. A great question from Richard. This is, okay, you guys are going to laugh. Okay, Richard says, does the business have to pay the money back? Who knows the answer to that? Help us answer Richard B's question. Does the business the recipient have to pay the money back? I like it. This is a smart crowd. Shout out to Frankie, Pamela, Ricardo, Tina, Nora, Joanne, Wendy, and about 50 more who all said the right answer, which was no. So this is a great question, Richard, because the PPP did have to be paid back. This is not a loan. This is a credit on taxes that were paid. The government said, hey, we're going to give some of your money back if you meet these criteria. Awesome. Somebody said, John, I'm not following this one, but I'm going to put it up there. Are you the owner or representative? Let me put this up here. So, John, I don't know if this was tied to a different thing, but I'm going to answer it this way. I am a part owner, if you're referring to the business that we're talking about. If you're referring to who do you talk to, I would talk to the owner, or I would message the owner if possible. All right, so, okay. Is it free? Okay, this is a good one from Sandra. Sandra, spot on today. Okay, is it free to the business until they are approved? I wish I had all these. Man, I should pre-write these things, but it's more fun doing them live, I think. Okay, here's the deal. Business applies on your site, no cost, right? Business, okay, how about this? CPAs work on businesses' files for free. To move forward, business picks one of two payment options, right? So, and this is what drives the money, you guys. Ready? Watch this. So imagine the business is getting $150,000. That's about an average credit. So what if they wanted to pay up front, about 10, 15% due? They would pay a 15% fee, which in this case would be $22,500 to the accounting firm. What if they wanted to defer payment? They would pay a 3% deposit. So what is that? $4,500, and balance when they get paid by the government. Now, total fee here is 20%. So the market rate on the few firms doing this is about 20%. We did an upfront fee of 15 to incent people to pay out of pocket. And then we gave a small deposit if people wanted to defer. So the answer to this question is yes, business applies for free. You don't ask them for any money ever. You never do. Only the accounting firm. Very important distinction. So the business, let me see if I can, I'm going to pull up an email. It'll be the unconventional webinar. Why not, right? Let me see. I sent an email. All right. I'm going to grab this email. I'm going to take the meat of this. All right. All right. They're going to get an email that's going to look something like this from one of our team, right? let me hide their personal identifying information just to be cool. All right. So this is one from this morning. Imagine getting this message this morning, you guys. This is as real as it gets. I personally sent this email about 5 hours ago. The business is getting $320,000, 673.70 back. At this time, we ask for you to decide how you would like to process the fee. And the fees are disclosed earlier. You can pay up front, $48,000, or you can defer the payment, right, and pay 3% deposit. It's exactly what happens. That's a real deal from today, and the business decided to defer. All right. How do we keep in touch with you after this webinar? Reach out to Alicia. If you decide to join, obviously, we're super available. So, but reach out to Alicia for sure. Let's see. Okay. This is a good one from Frankie Ortiz. Let me put this up here. I like this question. Frankie says, can I use the money from the government to fund this business? Okay, are you asking? I'm going to answer it a lot of ways. How about first I'm going to answer it like this. The business can do whatever they want with the money. I'll answer it another way, Frankie. Can I use this program to get money from the government? I'm trying to think of another way to say it. So you can generate commissions using this program with no cap, right? I want to make sure I answer this right, but you can do anything you want with the money. If you're the business owner, like on PPP, I think where he was going, you could only spend it on like rent or payroll or utilities. The business owner could invest it in marketing. I'll tell you a whole story about that. The business owner could spend it on their kids. The business owner could spend it on the employees. They can put it in the bank. They can do anything they want. All right. John asked a good one. Is there a risk of any kind for me or the business? Well, I think the answer to that is no, there's not a risk, right? So the answer is no. What does that really mean? There is no risk to find out how much free money you are owed. You as an agent, you would be an agent, right? You as an agent have no risk for referring deals. We have our lawyers, we have a contract that the agent sign. It just spells everything out really clean, but there's no risk. If the only person that would have a risk is if a business submitted fraudulent information, that would probably be a risk. Or if the CPAs did something wrong, they may have a risk, but you don't have a risk, John. Let's see. Richard Beam said, Brian, I might need a couple hours to sign up. Richard, Vanessa's going to write your name down. I will honor all bonuses for you. You're covered. I don't want you to feel stress about that. Okay. Here's a good one from Lester. Let's take this question. I think it's important that we talk about it. This program is designed for people that have employees. So no employees equals no good for this program. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's just the reality. To get this money to qualify, you have to have employees. All right. So you're saying businesses can defer the fee to the accounting firm. They have to pay a small deposit of if they do defer, half of the deposit goes to you to put money in your pocket. But if they do defer, they have to pay a small deposit. Let me put it in perspective. Let me give you some numbers. Do businesses want this? I'm not even gonna put your name. Yes, all businesses want free money from the government with no payback. Okay, now let me clarify a little further. 80% of the businesses will likely defer and pay on the backside. They will pay a deposit. You get 50% of the deposit. So you're going to get some money right away and some money later. All right. I love it. Is there a PayPal option? We could try to work something out. We weren't really using PayPal, but if you reach out through Alicia, we could, we'll figure it out for you. I'm in Toronto, Canada. How would this work for me? Well, we've got a guy in, I'm going to talk about what the guy in Quebec City's doing, or Montreal. I know he's in Quebec somewhere. So, Ivis, this is what you would do. You'd refer businesses in the US to your website. It works the same way. The only caveat is you would be dealing with US businesses, not Canadian businesses. Process is the same. We've got people all over the world doing it. Roy Landers, yeah, we got you covered, Roy Landers. How many of you need to sign up in a minute, an hour? You gotta do something on the credit card, talk to your spouse, business partner. For all of you, if you lob your name in, Vanessa will write them down. Anybody that lobs your name in right now that you're getting in, I will honor the pay bump for you. I don't want to be that person forcing you to make a decision right now. However, I'm only going to reward the action takers, right? It is what it is. So if you know you're getting in an hour or two or sometime today, let us know. Give us your name. It's really easy. We will give you the bump in the system so you get the bump. All right. All right. I'm going to take somebody said, can you handle the business? That was my favorite question. Can you handle the business? All right. We built a model focused around load balanced operations. Let me explain. Support can scale up, right? Unlimited, right? The way we designed our support team. We have multiple CPA firms. Deals are routed based on workload and volume at the firm. So right now we can handle 200 deals per day. Current volume we can handle. We are probably doing 40 to 50 tops per day. So we're in no danger of inundating the firms we have right now. And if we were to go over this number, as we get close, I have a couple other CPA firms, and I could always find another couple that I could cut deals with, right? And build them into the model. The way I have the software set up is our software routes the deal to the accounting firm based on a couple criteria, and we make sure. I will be candid. I learned the hard way when I did a beta test and I overwhelmed the CPA firm. It got to the point I had to walk away from that firm. They were completely paralyzed. So I changed the model. I learned from my mistake, and I have it load balanced in a way that I can really handle the scalability of the volume. How about car dealerships? The answer is yes. I'm just going to put all your little questions. Yes. How about bowling alleys? That's a good one. Yes. Now, what's interesting, in almost all states, they were shut down. That's a great one. Let's see. Somebody just said schools a minute ago. Yes. It's actually the same point there. Contractors? Yes. Now, they were typically not shut down. So they need to have lost revenue. That's how they're going to qualify. All right. Somebody just said, I know you've mentioned restaurants, Brian. Restaurants, bars, nightclubs, etc., of all various types. Yes, almost 100% of them are qualified. So your certainty is somewhere close to 100 that if you reached out to a restaurant via email or Facebook, their Facebook page, you knew somebody, the odds of them being qualified is very close to 100. So it's a complete no-brainer. I'm going to take a pause. I want you to answer this one. How many of you think you could close a few deals? You think you could do this? And if you guys answer that, I'll come back in a second. John, I just put your question up. None. A lot of people saying yes. All right. Clifford Archer, we got you covered, okay? All right, let me ask you this question. Be honest with me. How many deals could you do in the first 30 days? How many referrals can you make? There's no right answer, right? It's a personal answer. How many referrals can you make in the first 30 days? I want you to tell me. Be real. I'm going to take all right, I'm going to take some of these. All right, I'm going to grab it. I'm going to grab most of you answered the question. Some of the other questions popped in. I want to show you where people's heads are, right? I think it's important to understand that, right? All right, so if you look on the screen, at least one a day. One a day is our better people are doing 1 and 2 a day. 40 to 50, 10 to 20, 10, a few, 3 to 5 minimum. That's a good conservative number. I think 5 is real. At least 100. If you do 100 in 30 days, reach out to support, and I want to jump on the phone with you because not only am I going to give you your money back out of respect for you, I'm going to do a case study with you in exchange for that. Right? No, thank you, whoever said that I was good at presenting. I appreciate that. And Randall Reardon, we welcome you. Thank you. Your job is simply to find people that are interested in getting free money from the government. Now, what's funny is, guys, let's do this math. Let's do some math for a second. I know not everybody wants to do math, but watch this. If you did 5 deals, average deal is 150K. Average commission, I'm going to go on the conservative one, the smaller commission. I'm not going to give you the bumped commission, okay? I'm going to make this the lowball number, right? All right. I'm going to get my calculator out. I'm going to do it really fast. I'm going to tell you, right, straight up, all right, is $4,500. So you would generate that's your 5 deal number without doing the bumped up commission. That's me keeping it low. Give me a 1 if you would like to generate 5 deals in the month and earn, right? Generate $22,000 in fees. Think about that. Of course. Of course. All right. I'm going to do a quick shout out. I want to welcome Sonal and Dale and Joanne and Wendy and Pamela and Cynthia and Nora and Tara and Sharon. All right. Wanda, David L. Guys, I don't want to go looking for all the names. Tell you this. Okay, here's a good one. Where do I find the best leads? We teach you this I teach you this in the program. This is Hakan. Hakan, are you Norway or Sweden? I'm trying to guess. Hakan, I don't know if you are in either, but it would seem like a good guess to me. Sweden. Okay. Yeah. I was in Stockholm a couple years ago. What an amazing place, by the way. Okay. So we teach you where to find the best leads. And as a matter of fact, my team on the marketing agency will generate targeted lists for you at no cost. I just ask that you only request once a day so we can help other people too. But there's no fee for that. We just do it for you. All right. I love it. Pamela, that was my question. Pamela kind of hit me back. I like it. How many referrals? Pamela said 100. I didn't know it was you. Pamela, I'm looking for you in about 31 days. Pamela Hope. Write that down. Vanessa, set a reminder. I want to talk to Pamela in 31 days. It's doable, Pamela. I've done more than that. It is doable. Now, I will be honest. An easy, attainable number for a lot of people is 5 to 7. If you're a hustler, 10 to 30. Above 30, you're working, but you can do it. The people that made 200K. Okay, so the 3 people that crushed their first month that I mentioned. 65, 37, 35. These were the 3 amounts they did. Funny enough, this guy has now made the most money. Goes to show you. All right.
Hey, Brian.
I love it. Yes, Alicia. Hey, I was excellent.
I have some special bonuses. I didn't want to interrupt. And
always. You are never an interruption. Please. Please.
Woo, this is amazing. I'm reading Richard's comment. He says, wheels are spinning. How are you guys feeling right now? It's amazing. What a presentation. And Brian, you're like always on top of the latest and greatest. So I'm smiling. I'm having so many side conversations with people as well. Joanne, Raina, just a few people are messaging me saying, this is amazing. He is so amazing. So thank you so much. Latori said, you're amazing. She just texted me. We're like texting all back and forth. But I do have some bonuses I want to share with you guys. So can I just change the screen to me real quick, Brian, and I'll bring it back to you?
Take it, Alicia.
Okay, all right. I'm taking over for just a minute, everybody. Hang on 1 second. And we set up some bonuses. So shout out to my team as we were preparing for this presentation today. Are you guys ready to see these bonuses? All right, we've got the first set of bonuses are something that we love to do. And these are videos that you can post on your page and on social media that it starts off, it's like, hey, business owner, I'm going to read you the script real quick, and then we'll go backwards to look at one of the 3 videos. Hang on 1 second. Let me go to the script. It's in my voice, so I've done the voiceover because y'all know I like to do voiceover. So that's a different bonus. So here's the script. It's like, hey, business owner, have you heard about the little known government rebate program that is paying out money right now? This program could mean hundreds of thousands of dollars for any business that qualifies, and so many businesses do qualify. Small, medium, and large businesses could be missing out on free money. We specialize in helping businesses like yours get this government rebate. Call us today or contact us today and let you get the money you deserve. So that is the script. And let me just play one of these videos. Hopefully you can hear it. Hang on 1 second. Let me turn it up. Government rebate program that is paying out money to business owners right now. I'm having trouble turning it up, but thousands of dollars for any business that qualifies, and so many businesses do qualify. Small, medium, and large businesses could be missing out on free money. We specialize in helping businesses like yours get this government rebate. Contact us today and let us help you get that money that you deserve. Okay, could you guys hear that? Let me see.
That was good. Yeah, I heard it, Alicia. That was really good.
Yeah, okay, thanks. So we have 3 of these videos for you guys, and you can post it on your social. So that is bonus number 1, 3 videos with the script that you have as your bonuses when you sign up today. The other bonus, get ready for this one, I love. So my team put this together between last week and this week. It's taken us a long time, but it is 125 Facebook groups that allow you to post in their groups. Now, some of them have different posting rules, and we tell you what the rules are, but we've gone out and found all of these groups that you can post in. And I'm going to show you why this is amazing in a minute. Now, I've blocked out the group name and the group link just because this sheet is only for those that pick it up. But this spreadsheet shows the number of members that the group has, and then the post activity. Look at this top group right here. It has 7,251 posts in the last month and 2,116 new members in the last week. Crazy, right? And then it talks about what the posting rules are, and you just keep going down, and it just shows the number of members, post activity, so you can make a decision if you want to post in that group or not. And then the posting rules, some of them are like, okay, you can post on Mondays, or we make a post that says share your business and you can post under that. And you just have to read what the posting rules are. But 125, no joke. They are, they go from like women-owned businesses, women business groups. The thing that all these groups have in common is they're entrepreneurs, small businesses, those type of groups. So a lot of you will network in these groups and find your ideal customers in these groups, which is really cool. Now, as we were doing this research, somebody posted in this group that's already one of Brian's clients. I know, I scoped them out, I screenshotted, I sent it to Raina. I'm like, this person is in Brian's program. So the post in the group said, promote your business, put what you do in the comments below, and everybody reads the comments to see what everybody does. So this person posted a comment: I specialize in helping business owners increase their profits without spending more money. I offer a 5,000 COVID relief grant program. So this is the wording they chose to use. And then it's a link for their form. I've blocked all that out for their privacy. So now what you do is you get this list of all these Facebook groups. And this is for those of you who are looking for a strategy while sitting at home of finding new businesses. And so you put this strategy to use with this list right here. And, this is an example of what someone did, but you do it any which way you can. So our bonuses are these 3 videos. This is the script and what it looks like, our list of 125 Facebook groups, and I know you guys will crush it with these bonuses. I hope that you guys enjoy these bonuses. And Brian, I'll turn it back over to you, but I wanted to say, this is an amazing program, Brian. You have done such a great job at putting it together. I haven't seen anything like this. I haven't seen anything like this, and I'm just really impressed with what you have put together. I just want to say congratulations, and for all of the success stories you've been showing, for what your students are able to accomplish with this. The model is it just makes so much sense. I'm like, oh my gosh, Brian, you've really come across something that not only helps the business, like look at what you're able to do for the business, but also helps, all of those who are signing up to refer people and the commissions they're making on it. It's just marvelous, and it's timely. Lorette and I did a course a decade ago called Deal Site Profits, where our students would get commission for connecting a business with Groupon or Living Social, and these daily deal sites would run their deals. And so as I'm watching this, it reminds me of that. Groupon and Living Social are, dead. That's not the excitement now. This is the excitement, right? And this money that the businesses get from the ERTC, who wouldn't want free money? Like, who wouldn't want that? The PPP program was so popular, and it's closed now. And if you tell business owners that, hey, PPP is not here, but have you heard about ERTC, what business owner isn't going to be like, tell me more? So thank you so much, Brian. What a great presentation. And I love it. Like Lavelle said, this is mind blowing. It is mind blowing. Everybody asking about the replay, we will send the replay out as soon as possible. We'll post it in our Facebook group as well as it will be sent out by email. So I'll make sure that gets out quickly. And we will get a list from Brian of all of those of you who jumped in, took action today, right now, and we'll make sure to send you the bonuses, all of the bonuses. And I know Brian was trying to congratulate everybody. So if you're in, just type I'm in again, because there were so many, questions and compliments that all of the I'm ins are scattered all over the place. But congratulations to everybody who jumped in. Thank you so much, Brian. And I'm turning it back over to you.
I love it. No, Alicia, thank you so much. And I put Nora's question up just as a follow-up. Do we have scripts or emails? Yes, 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 both. Somebody said, where did you even think this up? Honestly, I didn't. True story. I owed a bunch of money on my taxes last year beyond what I had already paid. And I was at my accountant like, this guy's name's Alan. I'm like, Alan, come on, man. Are you sure? I didn't make that much. I mean, I did well. I'm not complaining, and I pay my share, but I'm asking him, I'm like, are you sure? And he goes, well, Brian, did you do a PPP? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, what about an ERTC? Do you know that? And I go, no, I never heard of it. So I had never heard of it. I researched it, and it just made sense. And I'm like, here's this government program. People are going to get hundreds of thousands of dollars and nobody knows about it, relatively speaking. There's very little news articles. There's nothing out there. Guys, this is so beneath the radar. People have no idea. And I will tell you, when you get a business, if any of you do local or digital marketing to help businesses as one of your income streams, you want to know the easiest sale ever? Is after you got the business $320,000. Do you think they want to hear about your social media? You bet they do. They're always going to want to talk to you. It's raving fans. Not only can you make a lot of money, you can use it as a springboard to a monster recurring. And I'm happy, I actually do a whole training on it. But think about it. This is a chance to help people access money they're eligible to. It's very complex. They have to go to a specialty provider. We bring that to them, and we earn a commission for connecting it. It truly is a way to earn money for doing good and helping others, and it feels good. I helped a nonprofit in Charlottesville, Virginia the other day. They're getting $200 and something thousand back. Look, I'm making a few bucks, yes, but they are getting a couple $100,000 back. It's amazing. They help disadvantaged kids, this program. So think of nonprofits in your town. Almost every one of them will probably qualify. Think about that.
I love that. I love that. I love that, Brian. And I just want to interrupt you for a quick minute because Patty is on here, one of your students, and she wanted to say something. Patty, you are unmuted. Go ahead. Hello, Patty.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
We can,
Hey,
yes.
Patty.
Well, I followed all the instructions. I went through the course a couple of times. I wanted to be very clear about it. And I filled out somebody in the group had given out a flyer. So I gave my flyer to people in my building that were admins at churches. And somehow that flyer got out beyond, that's the only place I had distributed at that point, had got out beyond that. And unbeknownst to me, some guy that owns a nutrition store, actually, he owns 4 nutrition stores, signed up under my name. I still have no idea how he found me. And he has 57 W-2s. I calculated that out to be $1.5 million. I don't have any idea how much that means to me, but it's a lot. And it was an accident. And so since then, I've started doing a lot of prospecting. And the thing that I have found, and I think I've done this to both Alicia and to Brian, is video email. So I use a program that enables me to go into my Google Mail and press record, and it automatically records the message to me. You type in the email address, and mind you, you can also do this in bulk. Put in the email address and then send it out. And it comes in with a little picture of me with waving so that you have to like click on it. And I tell them about the program. I've been sending it to people I know, first of all, because that's what we recommend that you do. And it's been very easy because basically what Brian's saying, do you want free money? Could your business use some money, an influx of money? If this is a payback for you. The name of my site is Let IRS Pay You Back. And it's a site that you guys put together for me. And that's what it is the IRS is paying you back. This is money you already paid out. So the IRS is going to give you credit because you kept your employees on. How could that not be the perfect thing that a business wants to hear? I want to compliment you for staying in business. I want to see if we can't help you get some money. It's the easiest sale you could possibly ask for. It's amazing. So I'm very grateful. I'm taking a lot of action. I do videos all day long now, and I'm also making phone calls and sending out. Mostly, I probably need to get this flyer out because the flyer is what seemed to work. The flyer was free. One of the other members did it, and I just changed it to my name, and it's awesome. I'm very, very happy. So thank you, Brian. Really and truly, thank you. I've been a customer of yours from 2010, I think, was your first product. This is the best.
The first
ever.
IM product was 2010. You were one of the first 100 or 200 people, and you're probably the one person that I feel like I've kept in touch. I really know, and we've been on the cruise, obviously events and conferences. And let me say this about Patty. The first time I tried to run an event, Alicia, it was Mario and I, and we barely knew left from right, to be quite honest. We knew what we were doing, but we didn't know anything about an event. And Patty, she stepped in and she's like, you boys are in trouble. Took over the whole back end of the event on enrollment and registration and fixed everything. I'm not kidding. She literally fixed the entire event when we were there. So FYI, she's awesome.
Go, Patty, go. And
Thank
that
you.
1.5 million, boy, when you do calculate it, Patty, let me know what it is. That's amazing.
Yeah, Brian, what's this 1.5 million? I don't even know. I'm afraid to know.
If it's 1.5 million, let's assume they defer. Let's figure that out. Let's assume they defer. Now, let's say it's about 75,000 to you, Patty, on that deal.
Holy smokes.
I just did it on the calculator to kind of come up with the math on it. Yeah, it's a big number to you. That's about what Tito's got on his deal, the big restaurant deal. So those are out there. They're about 10% of the deals that our members get are over 750,000. So not all of them, honestly, right? But there are plenty of them that it's not an anomaly. It's not.
Congratulations.
I'm having a heart attack here.
I love it. That's a lot of Chicago sports and concerts right there. I love it.
And so Sandra's asking, do they get access to that template? You were just showing us the flyer template on the
this
screen.
Is one that I think Matt Bush made. A lot of the members make different ones. There's like 10 of them. They're all available. I just happened to find this one because I was listening to Patty. I was like, I wonder which one it is. Yeah. So this is, you can see this. Mickey said, I took Matt Bush's great flyer. I turned it into an updatable Canva flyer, talked with Matt, and he said, yeah, share it, right? As an example. Mm-hmm. But then I have another flyer that Bud made, right? I have this flyer. And then another flyer that Joe Velez made. These are other people. And here's what I do. Anybody who does something cool, I just pay them. I'm like, if they make something awesome that helps other people, I hook them up, right? And that's Matt Bush. Look at this lady, Flo. Flo made this one. I really kind of like this one, by the way.
That's the one I used.
Okay, yeah, this one's great. It's my favorite, my total favorite out of all the flyers. And it's editable. It's in a template. Anybody can use it, you guys. It's awesome. And you know what? Right now, Tracy is working on all these new one-pagers, these little one-page case studies, because there are so many deals that are done and businesses getting all kinds of amount of money that if you were talking to a restaurant, you could say, hey, here's 6 restaurant examples, and they're all good. Or somebody just asked, what if the business didn't lose money? They don't have to lose money. In most states, there was some kind of partial shutdown. Some businesses fully shut down, but a lot of them were partial, a large percentage. They could have made 10x profit, but if the government shut them down even partially, they qualify. The program is about as lenient as it comes. Now, if the business wasn't shut down at all and they made tons of money, they're not going to qualify. But 80% of the businesses seem to qualify. So way more qualify than don't. And no one can do it on their own. And it's hard to say no. It's hard to say no to free money. I had one guy so far tell me, no, he doesn't want it. He doesn't want a handout. And then I told him, and the guy was really obstinate about it. And I said, well, you're getting like $230,000. I said, just so you know, it's not a handout. This isn't a loan. This is a refund of taxes you paid, the government's giving back. It's your own money coming back to you. And he changed his tune. He said yes. I mean, it's awesome, you guys. So if you have any questions, lob in a QQQ and I'll answer it, or maybe Patty or Alicia. At the end of the day, there's not a lot to this. What you see is what you get. It's very real. People are making real money. Guys like this are killing it. Gail, I don't have her slide. I can't remember where it was, but Gail's done some mega deals. That deal Patty just describes pretty amazing. You can have sub affiliates. These are people that you'll get an override on. It really is. It's not going to last forever, right? The negative. What's the negative? Well, the negative is not going to last forever, right? On the low end, the average commission is $1,500 on the low end. The average to me right now across every deal we've done is closer to $4,000. I love it.
Okay, thank you. Patty, mute your mic for me, please.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Somebody
Wow,
just
amazing.
asked. Okay, Alicia, somebody just asked me, how about franchises?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know Moe's Burritos or Popeye's Chicken. We've done deals with them recently. Richard just said 1 Patty deal is more than most people make in 2 years. Think about that. Now, I want you to think about maybe a couple sub-affiliates bringing in deals and you're making the override and you're bringing in some deals. It's very easy to stack up money, really, really crazy amounts of money. So it's exciting. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer it. Anybody. And Nora, I saw you join, Nora, so welcome to you. I'm going to answer. Hakan from Sweden said, Brian, is it best to have a company to do this, or can I do it as a private person? Now, Hakan, that is usually based on tax rules in your country. In the US, it would be better to have a company, but you absolutely do not have to have a company. Cool. Can you apply this for a franchise like McDonald's? So Eric, if you own 2 McDonald's, you're probably fine. If you owned 100 McDonald's, you'd probably be too big of a business. Remember, the program has a limit on employees. 500 or less full-time. Cool. All right. So anybody else, does anybody have a question? Because before we end, what I wanted to do is this, right? I wanted to share how many of you think you'd want to do it, right? But you just don't know if you can. You don't know if you can do it, right? You're not sure. How many of you would like a no questions asked refund policy? I don't want anybody in that doesn't want to be there. Honest. So no questions asked. If it doesn't make sense for you, fine. But you don't even have to tell me why. I'll just send you your money back. How about this? How many of you think you might run into a point where you might need help, like one-on-one help? I have a customer success manager, and this guy is good. He's really good. I've got a link where you can book with him and get one-on-one help. There's no additional fee. It's included. I don't have a slide or anything. So, if you live outside of the US, have you ever used email, LinkedIn, Facebook Messenger? Those would be your best tools. I'm assuming you're not going to make phone calls, right? If you're in the US, there are so many things. There's no one right answer. There's so many answers, right? We welcome people from anywhere in the world. Somebody said, Brian, break down a deal. I made that slide. So, Linda, if you refer a restaurant, you could stop here. The CPA firm and their team was going to do all the work qualifying them. So if they're getting an average is about 150K. If they're getting 150K, that'll generate 22 grand to the accounting firm on average. Out of that, you may see between $4,500 and $5,600. So that's a typical deal. Now, we just heard an atypical deal from Patty, but that's not the only one. Somebody said, what about paying, what about if I had a sub-affiliate? How will it handle it? Well, Gerald, in this case, we can handle all the tracking for you. We do this really well. We'll handle all the tracking. All you do is you get your 3 or 4 or 5 people that are referring under you, and you make overrides. Awesome. Okay. Does the company have to have been shut down? Mark's asking. So kind of a flip. No. If they weren't shut down, but they lost money, they still qualify. Okay. All right. I've seen 3 of you ask this. I just wrote this one for you. Why wouldn't a business do it themselves? I said this a bunch earlier and you may have missed it. It really is complicated. I can't do it. Not at all. You need to be an accountant. It is complex, but that's okay. We're getting paid for the complexity. All right. Anybody else? What's the average override that people pay? Typically, they pay 5 or 10%, Kia. Beth, we can figure it out. Reach out to Alicia. We'll figure something out for you. If I have a connection with the Chamber of Commerce, can I do a presentation or will you guys help me? We're happy to help on that, Pamela Hope. Yes, we're happy to help you. We've done a bunch of chamber presentations. Roy, thank you so much. Let's see. Oh, hey, a quick shout out. Patty said if anybody's asking, and a few did, she used a program called Hippo Video to send the video emails. All right. Awesome, you guys. Okay, Frankie said, Brian, what was the most difficult, challenging potential client you dealt with and how did you close them? I've never had anybody difficult on the front end, but I had one guy who didn't want to proceed because he felt like he was taking a handout, Frankie. And I had to convince him, and then I found the language on the government where it showed it wasn't a loan, it was a rebate of money he paid to get him to do it. He was adamant that he would not take any money. Adamant. So, interesting. All right, I think I got them all, you guys. I'm skimming them. What is the maximum number of W-2s? There is no maximum, Patricia, but only 500 can be full-time. So if you had 4,000 people at your 10 McDonald's and 300 were full-time and the rest were part-time, you'd be okay. All right. Of all the referrals, how many actually turned into closed deals? 85% are eligible. I would say about 50-something%, Sid Burns, to answer that question. Nora, it's in the resources section, that flyer. I don't exactly know. It's also in the Facebook group. If you just type the word flyer in the Facebook group, you'll see a bunch of them in there too. Awesome. Well, listen, everybody, I don't know if you got in or not. I don't know if this is interesting to you, but there's still a lot of people on this call. I want to say this to you as we wrap up. You can do that. Where's it at? I mean this. Don't get in your own way, right? You know what that means. We've all done it. Don't get in your own way. Don't create an obstacle where there is one. This is truly as easy as it sounds. I will honor the commission bump for all of you that get in live on the call, or you let us know you're getting in a little bit later. Vanessa's writing them down in the background, and I will make sure you get your compensation bumped. I mean that. And if you need a few hours, I will honor that. I don't want you to feel like I didn't sign up already. I'm not going to. I know that feeling. If you want this, let us know, and we're going to make it work for you, okay? Just let Alicia know, let Vanessa know in the background. We will help you. Randall, yeah, you can always hit us up. I mean, we have, I'm totally open to the conversation. Right now, we're not at that point, but I'm not saying that we wouldn't be. So it's maybe. Lester said, I'm having issues ordering. Anybody that has any problems on the front end, trying to buy or anything like that, right? If you have any issue, you find the support. I got an email about that. Here it is. We have a support desk at getsupport.biz, and we've got a few people there working it. It'll take a few hours tops, but you'll get a response and we'll help you we'll make it work. If you're on the call, I know Vanessa helped a few people that had a problem live in the background. So we're happy to help you. And this goes for anybody, like you didn't get your login or anything you can come up with. Ricardo, I welcome you. I'll see you later today. Sonia, same as you. Richard Beam, absolutely. Ebony, I got you covered. Ebony Godwin. Thank you, Tina. Who we missing? All right, who are we missing? Guys, I am not an accountant. I never will be, but I promise you, this is one of those rare examples that government's really doing good by people. They're doing well, right? They're helping people. And I'm excited to see how it goes. Alicia, I'm going to turn it back over to you. I could sit here, you guys, all night because I'm doing this all day. But I want to turn it over to Alicia out of respect for you and for Lorette. And honestly, thank you guys. Thank you both for having us.
Thank you. Thank you. Can we have a round of applause and thank yous in the comments for Brian? He sees them all, as you know. So let's give him a really big thank you. This was an amazing presentation, wasn't it? Just an amazing presentation. So for those of you asking, yes, come on, get those thank yous popping in. Tina was the first. She said, thank you so much, Brian, for this opportunity. Thank you for opening my eyes to that program and helping people. We need more people like you. That was great. Richard, really, he typed in clap, clap, clap. So thank you so much, Brian. It really was an amazing presentation. I have just typed into the chat his support desk, getsupport.biz. So those of you who were having any payment troubles, just explain to his support team, you know, who you are so they know and they can, yep, Vanessa just typed it in as well. Just explain to that support team. So, you know, tell them you're here and what trouble you're having so they can assist you. Wendy said I should probably write a song about this. Thank you so much. Really, it was amazing. It was something I didn't know about. How many of you Googled ERTC as he was talking about it? I did. I was like, what? I don't even know this. I think I might have heard of it, but definitely needed the education, right? Even if I might have heard about it in passing, I really did need the education, and he educated us so well on this. So to him, thank you so much. If you need any help from Lorette and I as well, our email help desk at Lyttle spelled with a Y, sisters, plural, support.com, or you can just go to littlesisterssupport.com and send in a support ticket, and we'd be more than happy to help you as well. Thank you so much, Brian, for being here. And Vanessa on his team, I saw her typing as fast as her fingers would move, responding to everybody. Raina on my team, who made this possible. Av on my team, who sent out all the text reminders. Lorette, who sent out all the email reminders. And Brian Anderson, who just educated us and gave us a great opportunity today to really not only make a difference to businesses, but also make a difference to our own bank accounts. You guys are amazing. This was fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm going to leave the chat up for just a few minutes just to see if anybody else has any last minute questions as Brian has to go. I'll just leave it up myself, but I'm going to mute the microphone. If you have any last minute questions, put them in now. You've got 60 seconds. Otherwise, take care, everybody, and we'll make sure to send out the replay as quickly as possible. Bye for now. Bye. Wendy said there are so many businesses to help. You are right, Wendy. There are. Pamela said, fantastic presentation. Thank you, Brian, Alicia, and team. You are awesome. That is right. Fantastic information. So Richard, sent an email to Brian's team for me. You've got that support information there. Again, his support desk, I'll just read it out loud, is getsupport.biz. Easy to remember, getsupport.biz. You can go there. Sid says, amazing. Thank you. I know, Sid, I saw you're jumping in, so I'm excited for you. Go, Sid. Go, Sid. Congratulations, everybody. And until next time, this has been a lot of fun. Chat with you guys later. Congratulations to all who joined, and I look forward in celebrating your success with you. Bye.